Hi, my name is Dave. This is Games Gone South, and here we are. This is the penultimate session of my 7-day solo RPG challenge. I set this challenge for myself to help me to force my way past that initial barrier to entry into this hobby, and actually get into a hobby that I think that I would enjoy, and also just to set an example of that new player who's just starting out. So if there's anyone else out there who's on the fence about starting solo role playing, they can see it and think, if he can do it, so can I. I mean, through this whole process, I'm also kind of finding that I'm developing some other skills that were otherwise lacking, like improvisation and other role playing kind of skills. But anyway, last time, Agni tried to sneak her way into Ravenfly Manor to get the map to the legendary library, but she didn't really get very far. She made it one room in and then got captured by a guard. And Quinn, who I thought was going to wind up in jail again, ended up escaping the guards because of a random event. There was an explosion that was caused by a group who was led by Tavish, and who are trying to eliminate corrupt leadership of the town, whatever town it is that we're in. And he reveals that old Uncle Ravenfly is next on their list. So while I was editing yesterday's video and thinking about where I wanted to start off today, I kind of realized where I left it. It'd be pretty easy to turn it into like kind of an action movie where Quinn has to defuse the bomb in time and try to stop the terrorists. But that's not really the direction I wanted to go with this. Quinn's goal is to find the map to his inheritance with his sister. And it's not to get involved with this plot trying to take down the corruption. Um, so this random event, the words that I rolled up for it, there was attack, an environment, and planner. A planned attack on an environment, a bomb, just seems like the obvious choice. And rules of Mythic, you go with the obvious. But there was one other word that I rolled up, and that was pleaser. To make someone happy or to take someone's wishes into consideration. And I think that Bavish is willing to listen to reason. I think he can be convinced to call off the attack and maybe even help Quinn with his goal. So that's where I'm going to start off for right now. Right where I left off last time, with Bavish telling Quinn that Ravenfly Manor is next. And Ravenfly Manor is next. What? What? No, no, you can't do that. And why not? Because I need to get in there. There's something I need. Oh, and what would that be? It's a map. It belongs to me and my sister. Look, look, I know my uncle, he's not of upstanding character, but he's still family. I don't want him dead. Your uncle, you say? You're a Ravenfly? Yes, I am. And, and I don't want the manor blown up either. If I can find what I'm looking for with the map, that may end up belonging to me. How so? And then Quinn will go on to explain what he's hoping to find with the map and the inheritance and everything. Um, how Bayav messed with the will and got everything that was due to Quinn and Agni. Which all this is going to confirm in Devish's mind all the corruptness of Bayav Ravenfly. So then Quinn's going to continue. If I can just get to that library, Uncle Bayav can be exposed, not just for what he did to us, but to everyone else. Then you wouldn't even need to deal with him yourself. Devish is going to ponder this for a minute and then turn over to one of his people over to the side. Call it off. Hurry. Go. And the guy will run out the door quickly. And he's going to turn back to Quinn. All right. I'm convinced. You tried to help me a week ago in the jail, so I'm going to try to help you now. So that is going to wrap up the scene from the end of last time. Now it's time to do the housekeeping. The chaos factor is going to go up because the last scene was very out of control. So we are up to chaos factor 7 now. The last scene, it was not in the manor. It turned out to be Agni gets caught and Quinn gets away. Now for scene 6, where do I think this is going to be going? Well, obviously we're going to have to make another plan. Dave is not so good at making plans, which means Quinn is not so good at making plans. So I think we're going to let Thavish make the plan this time. I kind of think that Thavish's whole idea with bribing officials was kind of a way to determine which ones need to be gone. And because he was in jail because he bribed an official, I think he found one of the good ones. I think that he found somebody who wouldn't take the bribe, who wasn't corrupt, and is perhaps somebody that can be trusted to help with this. So who is it that they found that they can trust? I think I want to try to roll on a chart and see if I can come up with somebody who can be trusted here. So we do description table this time. 75 is offensively. 45 historical. So who is offensively historical? The first thing that pops into my mind is like the captain of the guard. I think he's constantly looking at old historical records and battles and things like that and trying to figure out what the losing side did wrong so that he can train his people under him to not make those same kinds of mistakes in the same kind of situation. And I think he's kind of grating about it. Like he's hard on everyone underneath him because he wants to be perfect when the need arises. So here's the new plan. Somehow they're going to have to convince this captain of the guard to lure Bayav Ravenfly out of the manor, maybe under the pretense of having more security in the area. Maybe call a meeting of all the nobles and people and officials, the higher up people in the area, to a meeting to discuss increased security after what's happened with the explosion. They're going to lure Bayav away from the manor, which will then give Quinn and Thevish an opportunity to get into the manor to try to find the map. But before we even get that far, Quinn is going to remind them about Agni. I got to find my sister. I don't know where she is. She knows that if something happens and we get separated, you can go meet back at where we're staying. Again, wherever that is, another place I haven't decided on or described yet. I think that Quinn and Thevish are going to go to this place looking for Agni, and we know that she's not going to be there, but they do not. I think Quinn is going to be very disheartened by this. But do they realize what's happened? Do they realize that, or come to the conclusion that maybe the guards at Ravenfly Manor have got her? So I think I want to make just a luck roll for both of them just to see if they realize what's happened to Agni. So this is going to be for Quinn. Luck roll is just looking for a 10 up. No, it does not occur to Quinn. With Thavish. Oh no, neither of them come to the conclusion that Agni has been captured. So that is going to cause some concern for Quinn. So Thavish will try to reassure him. Like, let's go see Captain of the Guard. Maybe he'll know something. So that's what they're going to do. So let's name this Captain of the Guard in the old tried and true method of rolling randomly. $66. Horn. 41. Ornis. Okay, I like that. How about a last name? 33. Floral. I'm thinking Rose something. Rose 88. Oh, adults. Rosend. Ornis Rosend. Okay, so I guess now we go see Captain Ornis Rosend. Okay, so here's a question that I want to find out. Is Captain Rosend going to be in his barracks or office or wherever it is he's stationed? Or will he be out surveying the damage that was caused? I think it is more likely that he is going to be out surveying the damage. So at a chaos factor 7, I think it is very likely that he is going to be out surveying the damage. So that is a 90 or below. It's going to be a yes, he's out, and anything else, he is going to be back in his office. 29. So yes, he is out surveying the damage. He's out directing all the soldiers to set up the barricades and to keep people out of the way. You know, all the typical crime drama kind of stuff. Oh, and this kind of actually makes sense um, for Quinn and Thavish to go see him there, because this gives them an excuse to going to be talking to them, in that Quinn is going to be looking for Agni, and this is the last area that she was seen in. So yeah, that works out pretty well. So they're going to go back over to the area where all of this went down, over by Ravenfly Manor. They're going to avoid the manor itself for right now, because there are the guards there, and they will recognize Quinn in an instant, especially since they just had to chase him down and let him get away not too long ago. Oh, has Bayav hired more guards since this has happened? He hired more muscle. I think it's likely, not only because of the security incident that happened not too far away, but also he has his niece Agni in his home and probably doesn't want people to find out. I think it's going to be likely that he hired more people. This chaos factor 7 likely is an 85 or less. That's a 94. No, he has not. Okay, so it's still just the 5 guards total. This is one confident guy. So they're gonna, Quinn and Thavish, they're not gonna be around here by the house, but they are gonna take other streets to get over here to where Captain Ornis Rosend is at. So I think the plan here is to send Quinn in first to talk to the captain. Maybe to try to get him, to draw him away from the group a little bit to a little side area, so that Thavish can confront him and talk to him. Remember, Thavish has already talked to him before, like a week or so ago, when he tried to bribe him as a test. So this captain, he's going to know Thavish. He's not going to trust him initially. So Quinn is going to walk up to the captain. Excuse me, sir. And Captain Ornis will turn around to him. What is it, son? I'm very busy here. But it's just my sister. I can't find her. She's been missing. Well, if she's missing, you can talk to one of my other patrolmen and give her a description. They can be on the lookout. Oh, no, sir, you don't understand. You see, we were here when the explosion happened, and we got separated. Now I don't know where she is. I'm just afraid for her. Can you please help me? So he's trying to appeal to him. So this is going to be a will roll against the other's will. I couldn't find stats, a stat block for captain or guards or anything, so I'm just going to use an adventuring soldier. So here we go. This is a will roll at a +1, 11, and his will is 11. So now I am very glad I put that extra +1 into will at the beginning of character creation, because he is able to appeal to Captain Rosend. So Rosend is going to say to Quinn, take me to the last place you saw her. Oh, yes, this way. So he's going to take Rosend down the road a little ways, but not actually going down here in front of the manor where they actually were. They're actually going to turn off into another side street where Thavish is waiting. And this is where things are going to start getting a little interesting. Quinn leads Captain Rosend around the corner and straight into view of Thavish. Captain Rosend is going to immediately recognize Thavish and draw his sword and say, what is the meaning of this? Thavish will say, relax, Captain. We know you're one of the good ones. You've already passed my test. I do not appreciate getting lured here under false pretenses. This young man said that his sister was missing. That she is. But that's not the only reason we need to talk to you. I would appreciate you putting that sword away so we can talk about this. Talk about what, sir? What test did I pass of yours? You didn't take my bribe. What that tells me is that you're one of the ones that we can trust, unlike some of the other people who work for this city. What do you mean by that? Oh, you know what I mean. Corruption runs rampant through this city. Matter of fact, right over there is Bayav Ravenfly's manor. He's as corrupt as the day is long, and I think you know that. You see, this boy here is Ravenfly's nephew, and there's something in that manor that belongs to him. And I want your help to help him get it. Because what it is will help bring down one more crooked official. And I know what you want the most is to make this town the safest place it can be for its citizens. Okay, so is this going to convince him or not? Let's do a will roll for Thavish. I used these stats before. Oh, that's a will -1. That's great, to get an 11. So I have to roll a 12 or more to convince the captain. That's an 8. So Captain Rosend is going to look Thavish square in the eye and say, you, sir, of all people, have no business asking anything of me. I don't think you spent near enough time in that jail. I'm going to take you back in. So the captain is going to start stepping toward Thavish, but Quinn is going to run over and grab his arm, trying to hold him back. No, sir, please. Please listen. He's telling the truth. My uncle has stolen everything from my sister and I. All I want is to get the inheritances that's due to me that he stole from me. And my sister is missing. I don't know where she is. I do need help with that. Please, please, just listen. So I'm going to give Quinn one last will roll here against Captain Rosend's will to see if he can convince him to not arrest Thavish again right here and to help them to bring down Bayav. Here we go. Big money. Oh my goodness. So the captain is going to keep taking steps toward Thavish. Thavish will say, this doesn't work for me. I've done nothing wrong with you here today. And he's going to turn and run the opposite direction away from the captain. Does the captain pursue? I think it's unlikely. Thavish didn't actually do anything. I think it's unlikely, but it's still, actually, I want to make it very unlikely. So it's still a 50% chance 32. No, the captain does not pursue him. So one last time, Captain Rosen is going to turn to Quinn. He's going to say, "You'll be better off not to get involved with folk like that. Find one of my patrolmen. Give them your sister's description. And don't let me catch you here again." With that, he's going to turn, leaving Quinn in this alley, and go back to doing his business. Well, I'm a little bummed by that. I was hoping we actually had a plan here that was going to work this time. But alas, if it's a plan that involves Quinn, it is destined to fail. So I guess that's it for that scene. Will Quinn be able to find the map that leads to the legendary library to claim his inheritance? Will he be able to find his sister Agni in time? Tune in tomorrow for the epic conclusion of my 7-day solo RPG challenge. Anyway, that's what I got. Thanks for watching. Bye.